This is module 8, SAM project 1. Okay, let's get started. Did our rename, open it up, download all the extra stuff, grading table, yep. I never check it. So import the file, support MP, vendor. We're going to choose comma as delimiter, use the names in the first row as field names, make sure all 9 fields use short text, choose the vendor ID as a table primary key, and then use table vendor as the name. Okay. External data to CSV, so it's an Excel file. Just going to find that real quick. Okay, so I don't know how it wants us to do it, but this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to save this as a normal Excel file just by opening it up, file, save as, and then literally just changing it to an XLS. Okay, so Excel file, we are going to import this vendor.csv. Okay, first row contains column headings, check. Field name, vendor ID. Looks like it doesn't want us to do anything. We're just going to do all this, use short text, data type, and then primary key. We're going to do vendor ID. Okay, and then the table name is just, well, if you actually hit enter like I did, it's that. So we're just going to come up here, and we're going to just hit rename, and then easy, get that done in just a second. We'll close out of that. Next step, import the structure and data from the XML file. External data, new data source, file, XML file. Open that up, should be there. Make it larger, support, payments, easy. Okay, and it says structure and data, so leave it as default. And just hit OK, don't save that. Now we're going to export the table location as a document, or as an HTML document. Okay, so step 3, table location. I'm going to export it as an HTML document. So we're going to right click table location, down to export HTML. We're going to check the export data with format and layout. Click OK. I already did it, just to test it. And we're going to keep this default. And we are going to save the export steps this time, which isn't normally what we do. And so export hyphen location instead of table location. And then the description, I always just copy and paste because you can't get it wrong. This time, do include the period. Get rid of that space. And then we're good. Save export. Okay, so that's step 3. Step 4, export the table billing as an XML file. So table billing, same thing. We're going to right click table billing. So at the top here, click export, scroll down to XML, and there might be other ways to do it, but this is just the easiest way. And why do anything harder than you need to? Click that. So on this export XML, select what information will be exported. We want XSD, and we want to make sure that this XSL is not there. Alright, but first we do need to click more and make sure that we are embedding the schema. And click that, and click OK. And then this time we are going to save the export steps again. So step 5, link to the data in the workbook, promotions. You can download it if you haven't, and the first row in this workbook contains the column heading, so don't forget that. Alright, so external data, new data source from file, and then this one was an Excel file. And so now we have promotions right here. And no, I don't really do this, this is just for the video. And we're just going to link it this time, so the third option down. Click OK, make sure that first row contains column headings is checked, and then we can just click next. Link table names. Table promotions is the name. So TBL and then promotions. Okay, step 6. Open the form trainers billing. So come down to our forms. Just going to double click it. We're going to do it in design view, so you can also just right click design view. And let's see, what does it want us to do for this one? Cut the existing subform control located above the thing. So we're going to find accepts minors right here, and we're going to cut this subform. Just going to click it, click X, or Control X, sorry, or Command X if you're on Mac. Okay, so this next step, we are going to open up trainers and billing. Done, and we're going to cut the existing subform, which we did. I just made a mistake, so I cut. Now we're going to add a tab control. Click here at the left edge of the certification. We're going to click on that. Come down to 5.5. Go over to 6.5. There we go. Now that we cut the first thing, we're going to paste the subform cut from this onto the first page of this. So you just click up there and then Control V into it. Okay, step 7. Now that we pasted that in, we're going to still be in design view, and we're going to change the caption from the main form's navigation buttons to trainer. We are going to change the caption for the main form's navigation buttons to trainer. So what we're going to do is just click off here, and you'll see over here in the property sheet, if you go down, we have navigation buttons right here about halfway down, and then navigation caption. We are going to type in trainer, and I usually just hit tab. Step 8, with the form trainer still open and design view, modify the tab controls. So over here, we're going to click into here. I believe the name is under all. It is also under other. So you can do it either way. Billing, you can hit enter or tab, click over here to page 43, and this one is going to be billing chart with a space. So now we can save, but don't close it. Okay, so step 9, we're going to add a chart to this billing chart we just created. So we're going to go up here, click down here, and then this column right here, just chart, and click that, and we're just going to add it in there, and we're going to use table billing as the record source. So click next, and then we're going to select billing ID, and then amount. Okay, billing ID and amount. Now we're going to click next, and we have a bunch of charts here. We're going to use a 3D column chart, and it would be this one. I guess you can't hover in this, you just have to click. Let's click next. Do not change the default chart layout or the default fields. So we're just going to click next. Next. Don't display a legend. And we're going to do amount by billing ID as the chart table, and click finish. Great. Okay, number 9. We're going to add a billing chart to the billing chart thing right here we just did. And to do that, we're going to click into it. Don't really have to. Click down here, and then you click chart. And then I'm just going to click in. We're going to use the table billing as the record source. And then we need billing ID. We're going to need amount. We're going to do a 3D column chart. We're going to leave these default, and these default fields as well. And then no, don't display the legend, and then amount by billing ID. Finish, and it does not look like the figure 1 and 2 on page 5. That's okay. The hint says down below that save it real quick, and then open it up in form view, and there you go. It should look correct. So here's what it should look like, and you can see it's pretty much exactly correct, so that's good. Okay, so Number 10, obviously close and save, or save and close the other thing. Open up location sessions, go to session chart. First open in design view, session chart. Click on that, right click, chart object, click open. You can have another pop-up right here. We're going to click the legend, delete that. We are then going to modify it further, and we're going to change the chart type to a column. So let's find out how to do that. So just right here, chart type, and then a column. There's a bar, 3D column, and columns right here. Great. And then so we're going to change the blue data markers on the chart to line. Let's format data series. Third column, third row, right here. Okay. Now click OK. I'm going to save that by updating it. Click exit. And then now it wants us to switch to form view. And then check this out over here. Great, and now we're going to make sure that it matches the instructions. And it appears that it does, so we're doing great. Okay, so 13, last but not least, we're actually going to go back to our folder that we downloaded our stuff in. And we're going to open up the referral access database. We're going to go to File, Save As. Over here you'll see Template. Click Save As again. Name is going to be Referral with 2 R's, 1 F. First 1 R, 1 F, and then 2 R's. And then New Referral. And then click Application Part down here. Click OK. It's going to say OK, and it'll tell you where it's at. Keep in mind where that is if you accidentally have to redo this or anything, make a step wrong. That's where it's going to be at. You could type in %appdata% into your search, and then you'll be able to go to roaming, then find Microsoft, templates, and then access. And it should show up there. If not, you can also search star.accdt in your just search anywhere. In your files, search up here, and that should also pop it up. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to close out of that, get back into our other database. I'm going to go up to Create, Application Parts. Down here you should see Referral. You can click that. There's no relationship. Hit Create. So you should be good there. And my thing is busted. But what you should see is an Excel file pop up under here. I'm just going to submit mine because I don't really care that much. But you should see an Excel file pop up here if you do it right the first time. And then that is the end. You're just going to save and close. And then it will always want you to compact and repair it. So just do that real quick. And then you're just going to submit it.